श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरण सिद्धान्त कौमुदीयं विरच्यते अ इ उन् ऋल् ऋक् ये ओङ् ऐ औच् हय वरट् ळण् ञमङणनं झभञ् घढधश् जबगडदश् खफ चटथ चटतौ कपै श ष सर् हल iti maheshwarani sutrani. So we were seeing Nadici. In Nadici, we were in the last paragraph. Nanu atra roho atah paratva abhavadeva utta nivritti siddhehe apludaditi vyarthameva. So we are seeing ehi susrota plus atra. Yehi susrota plus atra. Susrota atra. Okay. Now there is a pluta. So apluta, because of apluta, because there is a pluta. Okay. The sutra says aplutat. When the apluta, when there is no elongated no, there is neither short, there is neither short nor long. It's elongated So it should not be preceded by the ru, should not be preceded by elongated there is elongated So definitely it's not going to, the ru is not going to be transformed to u. Therefore, you saying here atto paratto abhava, since it's not followed by because susrota, that's a purna virama. It's not followed by immediately. Okay, it's a purna virama. There is the sentence completes there. So since that the sentence completes there is nothing following it. Since therefore the ru will not be applied. The ru will not be transformed to u any which way. Therefore, you don't have to say the apluta etc. For that he says plutasya asiddhatvad atah parovayam iti. Why we have to say this is what he says. Utve kartavye plutasya asiddhatvat atah parovayam ruh. So utva, when you have to do u, transform ru to u, at this point pluta is not seen for it. The u transformation does not see the pluta, meaning from its vision there is no pluta, it remains as only a. Understand? So therefore we have to say this apluta. But still, if it is not going to see, how is it going to understand there is a apluta or pluta? So he says atah tasya utve prapte nivrityartham aplutat iti avashyakam ityartha. Therefore, since there is a possibility of u coming there, we have to say no. If it is preceded by only apluta, only then you have to transform the ru to u. No. Wait, again I have a doubt. Apluta iti ukte api. Even if you say apluta, ror uttam atra durvaram, you cannot stop the ru to become u, ru becoming u. Why? Utve kartavye, because when you have to transform the ru to u, refa to u, then plutasya asiddhatya, the pluta is not seen from its angle. Now therefore aplutat parattasya api sattvaditi, and there is apluta also. See, the pluta is asiddha and it is followed by apluta. Therefore you have to, there is no other way, refa will transform itself into u. If you say, for that he says atra in the vritti plutasya asiddhatvat adaparovayam aplutaditi visheshnetu tat samarthyatna siddhatvam. It's a beautiful idea that is actually. Plutasya asiddhatvat, pluta is asiddha for u. Therefore atah parovayam, and there is a it is followed by a. It is followed by a. But since we say aplutat, that aplutat, negation of pluta, that itself validates the existence of pluta. how can negation of pluta validate the existence of pluta? Because we have the rule, general rule. We have to remember this. This is a general rule. Prapte sati nishedha. Prapte sati nishedha. Nishedha, negation. Prapte means when you gain. Only when there is existence, he, only. Okay? Only when there is existence, there is a negation possible. You cannot negate something without existence. We have, if you say, don't let the monkeys come inside the class, that means there is a possibility of monkey coming into the class. Okay, so not talking about you, I'm talking about the monkeys. Okay, yadi utve kartavye plutasya siddhatvam. Now, when the ru is transformed to u, at that point of time, pluta is asiddha. It doesn't see the pluta. Okay, then tarhi aplutaditi visheshana vyarthameva syat. If the u itself, we have added the pluta. What he is trying to say is, he is trying to establish the logic behind the word apluta added in the sutra. If what you say is right, logically what you say is right, if from the vision of u, for the u, if this pluta is not seen, then why do you have to say apluta? Apluta is vyartha visheshana. Vyartha visheshana means adjective, vyartha means useless. It's an useless adjective. That is a defect according to the logicians. Logicians call it vyartha visheshanata dosha. Why? First, we have to understand what visheshana stands for, what adjective stands for. Itara vyavrutyartham visheshanam. What is visheshana? Itara vyavrutti. When you add an adjective, what you mean is you are differentiating it from something else. When I say red flower, bring the red flower, there are only red flowers here. If you are going to say bring the red flower, that's a useless statement. There is only one flower here. So, if there is white flower, blue flower, etc., then if I say bring the red flower, there is a difference. I am differentiating the red from the blue. You understand? So, adjectives are used only to differentiate one from the other. If there is no differentiating possible, then the adjective used is useless. That is what he says. Vyartha visheshnata syat. If there is no issue, if there is no possibility of using it, then the adjective is useless. Okay. Dattepi visheshane. So, even though if you give an adjective, plutasya asiddhataya, the pluta being asiddha already, as we said, from its vision, from the u's vision, pluta is not going to be seen. Therefore, partasyapi satvena, and there is it is followed by also. Therefore, utva prapti dosha tadastyat, the utva will definitely be there. The defect of utva being there is already it is not negated. Tadavastyat means tadavastha bhavaha tadavastya means it is as it is. Tadavastya means it is as it is. So, ataha. Therefore, this ataha is not from the sutra. Ataha, therefore, apludaditi vishesha samarthyat plutasya nasiddhattamiti vijñāyate ityartha. Therefore, because we have the sutrakara has specified apluta, the sutrakara has specified apluta, therefore we understand the pluta is not asiddha. Pluta is not asiddha means pluta is visible. Pluta has existence. Many of these sutras, more than for the sutra itself, it is for us to understand. See, maybe the sutra does not see the pluta. The sutra does not see the pluta, but we have the idea there is a pluta here, right? So that is what he says. Iti vijñāyate. But still, yeah, the opponent is not convinced completely. He says, no. But still, even though, even in this case, apludaditi vyartham, you don't have to say aplutat. Still, it is useless. Why? I'll explain. Plutat parasya roho ata iti taparakarnat. Pluta iti roho ata iti taparakarnat. The pluta, following the elongated character, there is this ru. And following it, we have a. That a is ataha. There is a taparakarna. Ato, ro, rapluta, taplute. There we have taparakarna. There is ata. Ata means there is only a. Okay. Then he says, iti taparakarnat eva. Just because you have done the taparakarna, the rutva utva is not going to be there. Utva nivritti siddhe. The utva is going to be negated naturally. You don't have to specify this. I don't understand what he means. See, what does taparakarana means? Taparastat kalasya. When I say what does it mean? Means all that 18 characters. Okay. Now I say at. What does at means? At means only it is only rasva. It is only rasva. There is no dirgha, there is no pluta. Now when I say itself, I already negate the dirgha and pluta. You understand? When I say at, I refer to only the short vowels. So I already have negated the long and elongated. So he says, ata iti taparatvadeva utva nivritti. Just because saying the utva is negated. Therefore, nacha. But wait. I have an answer for that. We say answer. Utve kartavye plutasya asiddhatvat ata parattvasyapi satvat uttam syadi. See, when ru is to be transformed to u, then the pluta is asiddha and it is followed by a. Definitely ru will be transformed to u. Iti nachavachyam. Don't say this. Iti nachavachyam. Don't say this. It will transform into u. Don't say this. Why? Because taparakarana samarthyadeva. Because I have done the taparakarana. Taparakarana itself, what does it do? It negates the long and elongated. Therefore, he says plutasya asiddhatva abhavat. Therefore, the pluta is not asiddha. It is negating the pluta asiddhatva, meaning it is negating the non-existence of pluta. Meaning it accepts the pluta. Therefore, it abhava vijnanena ataha paratva abhavaina eva utva nivrittehe. So since there is not followed by, it is not followed by ata, rasva. Therefore, utva will not follow. Utva will not be replaced. You understand? See, if we say at, then it is only talking about rasva. By that character itself, I have already taken care of the utva. The utva will not apply there. So therefore, you don't have to say it is followed by apluta. You don't have to specify that. For that he says, this is all Purvapakshi's idea. Okay. So he says, ata. For that we are answering taparakaranasya tu na samarthyam. This is the answer. Taparakarnasya tu na samarthyam vritti. Taparakarnasya tu na samarthyam. The taparakarana does not have this samarthya, this power to stop the ru from u. Why? Because dirgha nivrittya charitarthatva. This is an interesting idea. This is an interesting idea. Why? See, when I say it means only short. When I say does it mean only short? No, it means short, long, and elongated. But when I say at, it only refers to the short a. By that, we have already negated the long and elongated. We have already negated the long and elongated. That is what this opponent wants to make us understand. You don't have to specifically say about the elongated. In the sutra, you don't have to specify elongated. When the elongated word is not there, you don't have to specify that, because that is already negated when I say at. Innocent. So now this fellow says, When I say at, it only negates the long, not elongated. Just by negating the long, the at, the takara of at, the taparakarana of at has done its duty. It doesn't also negate the elongator. Why? So he says, Plutasya asiddhatva abhava sadhane iti sheshah. It doesn't have power. Power for what? To establish the Plutas asiddha. So kuta ityatah. Why? Why do you say so? Dirgha nivritya iti. I don't understand. You don't understand? Go back to the previous page. In the previous page, there is a question. When we did the padakritya, we said ata iti tapara kim. Why do you say ata? Why do you add tapara? Taparakala, tapara tatkalasya. Why do you add the taparakarana to a? Deva atra. In that word, what happened? Devas plus atra. The sakara transformed into ru. Devar plus atra. Okay. Devar plus atra. Previous character is a. It is not raspa. Since you have only specified at, apluta, at followed by at. So since you have already specified at, raspa, it is not preceded by raspa. It is not preceded by raspa. It is preceded by dirgha. Therefore, devar atra, there it will not become a u, o, etc. What happens? It will not take guna transformation. It will takes the yakara and the lopashakalisya. Okay. So for that he says, Deva atra ityado dirgha vyavritya labdha prayojanakatvad ityartha. This at, the taparakarana, has done its job by negating the dirgha in devatra. Yena vina yadanupamannam tatpartha. How do you understand? How do you understand this meaning? Normally, what I thought is when I said at, it only refers to the short, thereby negating the long and elongated. That is why I understood till now. When I say at, it negates the short and the elongated. That is true, but we have to understand what is the gamaka, what is the idea it points out to. Wherever, whichever word or statement you make, what does it point to? What's its meaning? How do you understand? So he says, Yena vina yada anupamannam tat tasya gamakam. Without which something is impossible, that is the cause. Without which something is impossible, that is the cause. That is how we understand. I don't understand. So he goes to the postulation. Arthapatti pramana. He takes that as the example. Yat yatha. For an example, he says, Diva bhunjanasya pinattam ratri bhojanam vina anupadyamanam ratri bhojanasya gamakam. See, a person does not eat in the morning, that still he is fat and fit. Now, without eating in the morning, if he is fat and fit, what we understand is that he is eating in the night. Without eating, he cannot be fat and fit. So, we understand he eats in the night. So, that fat and fitness points out to the cause. What is that? He is eating in the night. The postulation. So he says, tat tasya gamakam. Prakriteto. Oh, I understand the example. What is useful in this case? This prakriteto, in the current scenario, plutasya asiddhatve api. The pluta, though is asiddha, what you said is right. I'm not negating it completely. Though it is asiddha, ataiti taparakaranam devatra ityado dirgha vyavritti rupam prayojanam labdva upavadyamanam. So, ata, this taparakarana has done its job in devatra. When it has already done its job, he says, labdva upapadyamanam katham plutasya asiddhatva bhavam. How can it also say pluta is asiddha? Pluta asiddha is not possible. Pluta asiddha is not possible. Pluta impossibility is not possible. Meaning pluta impossibility is impossible. Double negation, that is. Pluta asiddha abhava. Pluta impossibility. Meaning pluta is possible. So how can it do that? Gamayitum shakniyat iti bhava. How can it do that? But meaning the takara has already taken care of the dirgha. It also cannot do the negation of a elongated. That is what the idea. Okay, next he says aplutetikim. See, aplutat, till now we were discussing aplutat with the example ehi susrota atra. Okay, now he is going to aplute. Atoror aplutat aplute. Aplutat, fifth case, aplute a, therefore seventh case. Fifth case is taken care of, meaning before the sixth case the fifth case exists. That fifth case transformation is taken care of. Now aplute, the seventh case is taken care of. Tishtatu payaha agnidatta. Tishtatu paya agnidatta. Agnidatta, it should be not it should not be agnidatta. Normally that is how you do. Here agnidatta is elongated. Okay, so that there is a reason for that. I am not going to that now. We'll just see this. Atra payas idiste, the word is payas. Payas means milk. What does he say? Tishtatu payaha, let the milk be here. Agnidatta, hey Agnidatta, let the milk be here. Let the milk remain. So that is the idea. Now payas is the base word. Payas, sakara is transformed into ru, sasasho ruhu, so payar. Okay, now tasya pluta parakatvat uttamna. Since it is followed by pluta, where is the pluta? Agnidatta, it is not agnidatta, it is agnidatta. It is followed by pluta, elongated. So there is no ru here, u here. Refa does not transform into u. Okay, fine. But what is this? Agnidatta. How can that be Agnidatta? It should be Agnidatta. Why? Because he says, no. Dura dhute cha iti vakyasya tehe pluta vidhanat katham iha Agnidatta shabde adyavarnasya pluta ityatah. See, we saw dura dhute cha, durad hute cha. Even when somebody calls from far off, what happens? It becomes elongated. Pluta takes place. Like when somebody calls Rama, Krishna, in all these places, the final ach, he says vakyasya tehe, vakyasya t means achontya, the t, the final and the other characters. That final vowel is what is called as t. Final vowel followed by the other characters is t. So the final vowel will what will get the elongation. So now you say Agnidatta. How can that be? It should be Agnidatta. So for that he says Adyavar is the first character. How can it get a Pluta? Guror Andruta iti. Guror Andruta iti Pluta. Guror Andruta as a sutra. Guror Andruta. So that, based on that sutra, this first character gets Pluta for these kind of words. Okay, Agnidatta. Next sutra. Hashicha. 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 See, earlier we had difficulty in explaining this postulation example. Night he eats in his room secretly or what? So that example, when you are explaining Arthapati Pramana, etc., it was very difficult. Nowadays it is easy to show that. See, in the middle in the beginning also we can explain those people who were night watchmen, etc., but it is not that prevalent during this commentary period. But now it is very prevalent. We need police in the night, etc., or the call center people, they work in the night following the American time. They sleep the whole day, they work in the night, but they are healthy. How do you see? They eat in the night. That's the example. Okay, so Hashicha. Hashicha is two character. Hashicha. Hashi is a Hashi, e, seventh case. Cha avyaya. So what does he say? Apluda tatah parasya roho usyat Hashi. So apludat, aplute, aplute, seventh case. You are removing that, and you in that place you are adding a Hashi. Aplutat roho uhusyat aplute, not aplute, Hashi. Okay, that is what is saying. Apludat parasya roho uhusyat Hashi. She Shivo Vandya. There earlier Shivo Arch. Shivas Archya. Shiva Archya. Shiva Archya turned to Shivas Archya. Shivas Archya turned to Shivar Archya. Sasashuruhu. Shivar Archya. Shivar Archya became a Visarga. Did it become Visarga? No. It became a Guna. Shivo Chya. Okay. Now it is different. Shivas plus not Archya. Bandya. Shiva should be worshipped there. Shiva should be saluted here. Bandya is salutation. Shiva should be saluted. So now he says Shiva plus Bandya. Ba is Hash. Gadadash, Java Gadadash. Right? So Ha from Haya Varat till from there. Okay? So he says Shiva Bandya. Shivas plus Bandya. Sasoshuruhu. Shivar plus Bandya. Hash follows. Therefore, Refa is transformed into U. Shiva U Bandya. A plus U Guna. We already have seen this. Is a okay. The story. We saw the story yesterday. Story is a Devadatta is about to be killed by Yajnadatta, who is killed by Somadatta. Somadatta kills Yajnadatta, who is about to kill Devadatta. Therefore, Devadatta remains alive. Right? Similarly, the exemplified is a Guna is about to be removed by Prathamaya Purasarna, which is killed by Nadici. Therefore, Guna comes back alive. Right? So he says Shivo Vandya Guna. A plus U, O. Shivo Vandya. That's the idea. Okay? Roriti Anubandha Grahanat Na Iha. Roriti Ukara Anubandha Grahanat. So, Roho, the Ro in that Ru, the Ukara is accepted. Ru is the transformation of Ru is Ro. We already saw this, right? So, Ru has Ukara Anubandha. Ukara Anubandha, Ukara is joined to it. And that Ukara, what did we do? Upadeshe Ach Anunasika. Did we do that? Right. So, since it has already the Ukara, only when there is a Ukara with Ru, there will be this transformation. Meaning, if the Refa had a U removed, only there this kind of sutra will function. Not here, where Pratar, Atra, Bhratar, Gacha, in these places. Why? Pratar is a avyaya word. Bhratar is not an avyaya. Bhratar is not avyaya. There is some other transformation. We will see this in Tika. Okay. Pratar is an avyaya word directly. Okay. Bhratar is a Bhratru. Then the guna takes place. Urandrapraha Bhratar. Okay. We come to that. Atorora pludaditi padatrayam anuvartade. Atorora pludad aplute. You don't bring in the aplute because we have Hashi there. Seventh case. Atoror aplutat Hashi. That is the sutra now. Okay. Ruta ut. You carry forward a ut from Ruta ut. Okay. Now, Atoror aplutat Hashi. Ru gets U. That's the idea. Tadaha aplutat ityadina. Shivo Vandya. Shivas plus Vandya iti ste. Sasya Ruhu. Shivas plus Vandya in this situation, Sakara gets a Ru. Tasya Atparakatva Abhavat Purva Sutrena Uttam Na Praptam. See, if it is followed by A, then the previous sutra will take care of it. Previous sutra will make it U. The Refa will become U. But since there is no such situation, we have to bring in this sutra. Praptam idam vachanam. That is why this sutra has to be brought in. No. But wait. Pratratra bhratragachaitiyatra refasya atoroho iti hashicha iti cha uttam kuto nasyat. Why do you not do the transformation of Ru into U, Refa as U in Pratar and Bhratar? There also Ir exists. Therefore, Bhratar means brother. Brother is Bhratar. Okay. So, Roriti Ukareti. Ukaraha Anubandha id. Yes, Ukara anubandha. Ukara anubandha means for which the u is it, that is ukara anubandha. U is it. Upadesha anunas it. Okay. Tasyeva uttavidhau grahanat prataratra bhrata gacchati. Therefore, when you are selecting the u transformation for refa, it takes place only in the place where there is u elided, dropped, hidden. Not for any refa. Even if you see a followed by refa, followed by a or hasha, you cannot change it. You cannot replace it with u. Because that refa is not of ru. That is the idea. Okay? Refasya uttam na bhavati. Prataritihi refantam avyam. Why? Because pratar, this word is a complete word. The prata didn't get subutpatti. Prata plus su became ru. No. Pratar is the base word. Okay? Refantam avyam. It's a avya. It cannot be, you cannot bring in su, etc. and do the transformation. Na tatra refa ukara anubandha. Therefore, the refa is not ukara anubandha. Refa does not have an additional u. Bhratru shabdat sambuddhi su. Bhratru is not avya. Bhratru, brother, is a proper word. And bhratru plus su. Su is sambuddhi su. Sambuddhi means the 8th case. The vocative. So he says, Rutagni sarvanavasthanayoho iti irkarasya gunaha. So Rutagni sarvanavasthanayoho. You can bring in a guna for ru. Bhratru guna a for ru a. Okay, bhrata. But wherever you replace a as guna for ru or ru, you have to also add a refa or lakara, right? So bhrata becomes bhratar. Bhratar plus su. Then he says akaraha raparaha halnyadina sulopaha. Halnyadibhyo sutisya praktam hal. Halnyadibhyo sutisya praktam hal. That sutra you drop the su. So bhratar, that is the base word. So he says atrapi na refa ukara anubandham. This refa is also not of su. Sasashur who you didn't do. Okay, now you understand this. This is an interesting thing. While doing the Tamil class, I let my imagination work. Let us see. Bhratru became bhratar. Okay, let it remain. Su became sasashuru. I'm not dropping the su here. I'm bringing the sasashuru. If I'm bringing the sasashuru, bhratru plus ru. Bhratar plus ir. Ir plus ir. Rori lopaha sutra. Rori lopaha dodi. Rori lopaha. We saw two sutras consecutively. Dha followed by dha lopa. Refa followed by refa. The previous one will be dropped. Right? So dodi lopaha. So rori lopaha. So refa, one refa is elided. Drop. Now, there is another sutra, Dhralope Purvasya Dirghotunaha. And based on that sutra, what happens? Bhrata. It becomes Bhrata. Dhralope Purvasya Dirgha. An becomes Dirgha. A becomes A. Bhrata ir. Bhratar. But we are talking about Sambuddhi, where Halnyabhyo Dirgha Sutisya Pratham Hal will elide the Su. Therefore, Bhratar, only one refa exists. Okay, so we cannot have Rori. Ataha ubhetrapi refasya uttam na bhavati. Therefore, whether it is pratar or bhratar, the refa does not get utva because this refa is not of ru. It is a refa itself. Atha deva iha iti rupam darshetu maha. Devas iha iti ste ruttam iti. So in devas iha. Devas plus iha, sasashuruhu, devar iha, you can just add devar iha, right? Okay, it is te ruttam. Rutta takes place, that's the idea. You'll see the sutra. Om purnamadah purnavidam purnat purnamudaccate purnasya purnamadaya purnameva vashishyate. Om shanti shanti shanti.